Greetings and welcome to the Dr. Upiomoh channel, Global Re-Education for Rejuvenating Humanity's Heritage, a place where Indigenous wisdom elevates the mind to restore the gift of common sense for a meaningful life. I am Dr. Upiomoh. Today, I will be addressing the madness of religious wars and their impact, devastating impact on humanity. Thank you. Please can you stay with me?
Welcome to the Dr. Upiomoh channel, Global Re-Education for Rejuvenating Humanity's Heritage. The place where Indigenous wisdom elevates the mind and restores the gift of common sense for a meaningful life.
Greetings and welcome back. Let's get right into it. So I begin with a story of, right now I'm visiting Nigeria. And I got this call from a friend who cares, of course. And he asked, how are you doing? I said, I'm fine. Are you okay? You're in Nigeria? I said, yes, it's great. It's amazing. Just with family, and all. So the checking in was more consistent than usual until he eventually sent a pressing message. Please stay safe. Are you safe? So I left a voice note along with some of my family members saying we okay, what's going on? And so apparently he then had to send me social media clips to help me see what is really going on. Earlier, I had said to him that I don't focus on the news as such because, of course, I want some peace of mind. But I think things got escalated to the point he really had to say, no, there's something going on, like the whole of Nigeria is ablaze. And that is, of course, the wars that has been on and never stopped for hundreds of years now. And it is the Islam religion, or the Muslims, fighting to take lands and destroying, killing people, pillaging. So I had to send him a message, thanking him for his care. And I helped him understand very briefly that this is not new. It's not as though that what is happening is very unfortunate, extremely unfortunate. It's not new, though. It's not the first. It didn't just start. So I will address this in two ways. I will first of all speak very briefly to the history of these wars, of these religious wars, when it really started on record. And there definitely is more richer record than what I will be presenting today, but I intend for this to be a short presentation today. So I will begin with what is readily available, and instead of backing it from there, because our ancestors from the elites hold the richest of the story. So when we talk about the fall of Mesra in Merita, it's where you will refer to as ancient Egypt today. So we know that the first, the Hyksos, first of all attacked Mesra. Now Mesra is the light of the world for a reason, and Mesra was where we all actually migrated from the Nile. We all migrated from the Nile during that major exodus, or where we moved east, west, and all of that. So the Hyksos in 1750 BCE were the first invaders of the Nile, of our continent, and then followed by the Persians, then by the Greeks. So now the Romans' invasion of the 30 BCE was where the Christian religion first came in, and the complete pillaging of the land began based on the Christian faith, based on religion. It was very much of a bloodletting. It was the destruction of everything we had built, and the pillaging and destruction was extremely, you can't even fathom or even have the courage to explain or to make. It's very horrible. Now, The first time the Arab invaded, or I should say, came with its religion, became for 640 CE. Okay, so CE will be during the Common Era. So now, when the Islam group or the Muslims were coming, they were actually welcomed by the indigenes at the time because they thought it would be a better relief from the Christian torments that was already existing or taking place. Now, at the end of the day, it becomes two sides of one coin. It is not a fight for religion, as we will say, for God. It is really a fight for land and for power. I say this to say that we shouldn't get complacent or get caught up in the agendas of men for the modern world, modern system. Have you heard of the Crusaders? If you've heard of the Crusaders, then you will understand what I'm speaking to. Do you even know that in their own scholarship, they go back and forth, defining themselves as the Aryan race? By Aryan, you're talking about those on the Asiatic side that more tilt towards the Arab. I don't know if that's a right word for it, but the Aryan race spreading across the European and the other side of what we'll call the Arab world today. If you look at the work of Said, he's a scholar that speaks to that a lot, okay? And in a way, the categorization of the language under the Indo-European group was also formed, but they all go back and forth with that. But all I'm saying is they actually see themselves as one people fighting for power. They rule differently. It's all an arrangement. It's like in some parts there's the king on top, there's the king below, all ruling together. It is same people, same agenda. It's just who will be able to grab the power at the time that they would like to grab it. I will say, as our ancestors, they say that when two elephants fight, the ground is the one that really suffers. Now, on that note, just breaking it down to the point that a 5-year-old can understand, this war is always a dance between this so-called religions. That is the background of the religion. That is the background of the faith that we all practice. It started in destruction, it continues in destruction, and it promises destruction. These are facts. Remember, it tells you it's when you say what is the goal, they tell you it is the destruction of the world, right? So they tell you the goal. This addressing this topic here is to help guide us on how we can preserve ourselves to the best of our abilities, not to get caught up in this, in the middle of all of this. All right. Now, having spoken about that, on the other hand, let me speak now to the Trump declaration of coming into Nigeria. So, Trump declaring that he has to come to save the Christians. Now, what it will sound like, there was a time there will be a declaration of war. There's a declaration of seizure. It goes that way. Now, there's also, is the same time, a Trojan horse entry, right? So I spoke with my wonderful brother there. I said, what has been declared is President Mr. Trump, the President of the United States of America, now have seized this opportunity for his entry to fulfill his own agenda. Again, it's not even history, it's a formula, it's a pattern, whereby one part of the coin is enacting havoc, the other part of the coin use it as an opportunity to come in to enact its own havoc. When did you think Mr. President cares about Nigerians or Christians in Nigeria? Think about it. Also, this has always been a dance. It's a dance that will continue to be dancing until they achieve their goal. There is one thing that is sure. When you think of wars, And this now will lead me to the next segment. When you think of wars, you're thinking of holy wars. You're thinking, I'm trying to understand how a war could be holy, really. So you're thinking of World War One, you're thinking of World War Two. Humanity have been in war ever since there was a contact with this foreign teachings and foreign religions. But you will never hear of anything like indigenous wars. You will ask yourself, what evil did our ancestors really bring into the world? You will think and think of it. And by our ancestors, I'm not just speaking to the ancestors of Merita people or of people in Merita in Africa. I'm speaking of the ancestors of indigenous peoples globally. Because we knew how to live in harmony, we knew how to see our diversity as our great strength and blessing. That diversity to us is like having different markets. You're so happy to know that, oh, I can get salt here, oh, I can get timber here, oh, I can get, that was what diversity was like to us. That means different avenues to reach out to the world or to commune with the world, to commune with nature. So in everything I'll be sharing are fact-based, they are critical thinking stuff. I'm not carrying a book, I'm not doing quotes, I'm not, everything I'm sharing, I'm doing my best for it to be basic. And I think that is the point of a good conversation, actually. So, you will realize that before the invasions of this foreign teachings or foreign lifestyle, you never heard, even in your stories or in the stories they will tell you, what you may think poverty look like or what you will think war. The wars we started having within our indigenous communities was still as a result of the invasions, was still as a result of the foreign interference, where brothers have now become enemies against brothers. Now, how can we not get caught up? There is a path that transcends the religious divide. That has been a path that existed thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, before there was ever the existence of these people that have hijacked humanity today. It is your ancestral path, it's your traditional path. That traditional path existed before the man-made religion that is causing chaos. It allows for the direct interpersonal relationship with the divinities that governs your household, with your own ancestors. If we understand the importance of our ancestors and we know how to commune with them, we will really be preserving ourselves and our families a lot. Now, me saying this, I know how important our faith is to us. So I'm not saying, oh, don't practice this faith or practice that. I don't qualify to say that, and I'm not saying it. I'm just saying, do these things, and you'll help your ancestors help you. That's all I'm saying. There are people who go to church all they want, who go to the mosque all they want, but they still know to honor their ancestors. They still know to live their traditional path, so that you're not caught between the bullets. Now, you see, in our tradition or within the indigenous thought, within indigenous worldview, it is our understanding of life that the Creator gave this life in the hands of the ancestors. So whether we like it or not, we know it or not, we may claim ignorant or we may not believe it or we may not know it, no worries. But it is our understanding, our worldview, that the ancestors are in charge of this life. The ancestors are in charge of this world. One of our reverend great master he is to me, to my household, and he is also the master of our tradition, which the kingship and divinities had sent this time to help us return home within the tradition. He is Baba, the prophet Mahiruneb Nabala Musa Morondenebik. There was something profound he helped us understand. Think of the Creator, the God in every religion, We hold him as the greatest of all, the most powerful, the one who can do and undo. Now, with all the power that we give to him, we don't qualify to stand before him. With all the power that we give to him, even he brought us into this life through our mothers and our fathers and our mothers and fathers before them. So if he, the all-powerful God, who has the power to do anything and everything, still did not say, everyone, as he will say, everyone, when he was bringing you into this world, he did not say, everyone, clear the path, someone is coming down through the parachute. But he did it. He had a structure, a way where he did it through the father, through the mother. It is those people, the same blood that flows in your vein through your father, and also that governs your destiny through your mother. It is those people that the Creator himself, that the Creator allowed to flourish the earth. Now, if in order to have access to you, he did that through your mother, through your father, how do we think? How? Stay with me so you understand the worldview of indigenous peoples. How would we think that we will now go straight to him by passing the same channel he used to have access to us in this life? And sometimes we go through life thinking the religions that are causing this world, they call the exact same God. The God of the Christian is the God of the Muslims. And yet this pillaging is happening, pillaging of the land, killings of human beings, hijacking of human beings. Now, we know, of course, that when insurgencies like this happens persistently, the government is involved. It's not about the government being involved, but no, that's the nature of modern governance. It's the nature of politics. Chaos, destruction has to be caused so that a savior is introduced. That is the way that have existed for the last 2025 years. 2025 years. So, while this may be as simple, broken down to the simplest form, what then is the goal and takeaway of this? The goal and takeaway from this is encouraging you to critically think, what other way is there? But definitely life is beyond this. For definitely life is beyond thinking of the chaos and when it's not one thing, it's the other, and being caught up in the narrative and the propaganda, and without us understanding what can we really do to protect ourselves, to protect our lands. Our protection is in the land, is in the teachings of the land. There was a time during the times of the great invasions, of the great destructions, we were told that it was coming and we should prepare for it, and there was nothing we could do. And there comes the destruction, there comes slavery, there comes all of the agony of the world that we know as recorded history. This is another time. It's another time where we can open again what our traditions holds for us, to protect us, to preserve us. And that is what I'm opening our hearts to. And for those of us who may be asking, how can we reverence our ancestors? How can we start honoring them? How can we start communing with them so that it can help us in this time? You could start by a simple drop of water and a morsel of food to the ground. All in front of their pictures, lighter light, and serve a meal. All their names. You can begin to reference them like that with such simple act, to help us understand who our ancestors really are and how to recognize them, and how is it that we can make our ancestors be useful for us. I will be doing the next episode that will be talking about it. Please, this is not this is not idol worshiping or pagan. They could call it paganism, idol. They could call it all they want. That's not my language. It's a language invented by them to describe what already exists that we do. But there is honor in honoring our dead. There is protection in our culture. There is protection in our spiritual ways. Please, because of the lack of education in our spiritual ways, I know that it's easy to confuse your culture with evil, your spiritual ways with evil. Please, there is your culture, there is evil. Okay? There is your culture, there is magic. Okay? Do not confuse the two. Our ancestral path, the path of our ancestors, is a path of light, is a path of preservation, is a path of dignity, it's a path of honor. Our ancestors expect the utmost excellence from us. Now, in the next episode, we will be talking about who are our ancestors, how to recognize them, and how to elevate them so that we can start honoring them again. Give them power so they can empower and protect over us and commune and speak with us. On this note, I want to say thank you for joining the Dr. Upiomoh channel. Please share, like, click the notification bell, and also comment, all right? And we'll be seeing you in our next episode. Thank you.